Hey guys, this video is about one of the most important React hook use callback and is a part of our React hook series. What callback hook is does that it will save the function into cache and memoizing the function, so it will not re-render that function. It basically similar to use memo that basically save the value that do some computation operation to save the performance and increase the performance and save that computations. So let's understand the concept of use callback and when we should use the use callback hook. So let's say we have a child component. First of all, let's create a child component. It is to-do list. Okay, so basically what will we do? uh, we will add a to-do list in child component using the parent component. So here we have a, let's take a div, and we will take some parameter like props from parent component to our child component, the to-do list. So let's create a take a state to do and set to do, and take it state, the initial value is empty. So also create a function to save the value to save the to-do list. Let's have a name it add to do. Okay, so it basically set to do, and we'll take to do list the previous value, and we will save it into to do list and here we will add a backticks to do, and add here to do list dot length plus 1. So basically what it does, it first of all we have created a function that will set the value of to do. First of all, we add a use a spread operator to destructure the array and add a new array element that is name is to do list dot length plus 1. So it basically output to do space 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this according to the length of to do list. So let's take add to do and set to do. Okay, and let's call this child component and pass the props. First one is add to do and the second one is set to do. let's close it, and here we will first of all take some component name. Let's say to do list, and here we will show the output of to do list. We have a here we need to set to do, pass to do, not set to do dot map let's say do, or let's say list, and here we will add a, let's move the li into this part. Okay, and we will also need to take key, the key will be the index, or we can take it index. Also add a button here, so it button name is add to do. Okay, so when we click on the button, it should add the to-do list. So let's go to we need to add a on click, so add to do. First of all, let's take I think we don't need to take, we only need to pass it because it will handle by this to do, add to do. Okay, so as you can see, we are successfully able to add a to-do list. So let's add one more feature. We have a button, let's name it increment, and on click let's first of all take a new state count, and it will be the set count. The initial value will be the empty, and we will take it set count previous count plus 1. Let's show the count here. Okay, so when we add on increment button, it will add the count, and when we add to do, it will add to to-do list. Okay, so it's working fine. But now what is the case when we should use the use callback hook? So there is a problem. Let's first of all add a console here in child component. So we will name it to do list and let's refresh once. Okay, so now you can see, first of all let's add some to do. So it's basically called the child component, but now after we call the increment button and click on it, it again call the child component and it again render all the child component. So we don't want to re-render, because if there is some operation that do some computation process, it will lead the performance issue. So for to avoid that, we need to use callback. So here for callback, we need to use a callback on the function where we want to that function we want to save, so it will not re-render. So basically we need to add a dependency here. For now there is no any state exist here, so we should keep it empty. So let's now click on add increment button, but again it's still showing that child component is re-rendering, but we have added use callback. So does our use callback not working? Yes, for now it's not able to control, and the child component is still rendering. So to avoid it, we also need another React higher order function, that is use memo. So for that we need to add a memo here, and it will be cover the whole child component. So basically what that does, it basically save the props in memory, so it will not reinitiate. So basically save the reference of props. So whenever we pass the callback in this prop, so basically what we are going with what we are doing here, we are passing this add to do in this function, like this child component. So whenever something do changes in this props, only then the function the child function will be re-render. So let's add now add to do list. So in that case, the to do list get increment added, like the array get increased. So that's why the it will re-render. But in case of increment, nothing get incremented in terms of their props, so that's why it's not render the child component. So that was the whole concept of use callback, and we need to use that with higher order function, React higher order function use memo. So hopefully it will clear the concept of use callback to you along with higher order function memo. So if you really like the video, please hit like button and subscribe the channel. Thanks.